Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I am Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Dan.
Together we are two of the Office Blokes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Office Bloke Mike is no longer, just no longer. It's pretty short.
He's on training, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's training to be a dog handler.
A dog handler?
Yeah.
I suppose he's got a dog.
He has got a dog, yeah.
Yeah.
He's training to be a dog handler.
Wow.
So, do you know that puppet,
Triumph.
Triumph,
The
the
insult
insult
comedy
comic
dog.
dog. Yeah, that's what he's handling, dogs like that.
Ah, right.
It's not real dogs.
Fair enough.
It's so he can get a job on daytime TV again.
He's going to get back on This Morning with
Yeah.
Holly Willoughby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was he? Schofield's third brother.
Yeah, the third Schofield.
Third Schofield, yeah.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't go down like the rest. Anyway, if you want to win this sexy orange OB polo shirt, head to our WAP lyric read through. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and comment Mike's WAP. And then in a week's time, we're going to pick a winner.
And if you've not heard the read through, have a watch. It's quite funny with Mike.
Yeah. A lot of people say that's the video that should have hit 1 million views.
Yeah, because it was. I don't know if it was before our time. We did it a bit too early. It was a great idea we come up with, and it was just Mike with his gobble me, swallow me bit.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That should have been the comment someone said yesterday. Instead of putting Mike's WAP, it should have been gobble me, swallow me.
Next time.
Yeah.
Next time.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. Avatar actors intense underwater training.
I've never seen Avatar.
I have seen the first one. I've not seen the second one.
But I imagine when you're doing movies that are based underwater, or a lot, I guess this is based underwater, is it?
The second movie is based underwater, so I presume this is talking about the second movie. I think it's called World of Water or something, so I presume so. Have you seen the movie Dances with Wolves?
With Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
No.
Where he but the story behind that is that
I've seen it.
You have seen it. So he's like the sort of soldier that's at the outpost, surrounded by the indigenous people, and then ends up becoming one of them and acclimatizing and all that sort of stuff.
Is that what Avatar's about?
Avatar is the exact same movie with aliens.
Ah, okay.
Basically, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I'm not sort of putting
Right.
it down, but
Yeah.
it's.
I know it was a massive expense, wasn't it, and a massive box office.
I think the second one might be a bit of a flop, you know,
Right.
because it's the amount of money they've spent on it. I'm not sure they're anywhere near recouping it.
I'd be shit at this though.
Underwater stuff,
yeah.
I love it.
I float to the top.
That's a good thing.
I can just keep floating to the top.
Let's check this out then. Avatar actors intense underwater training.
From training with freedivers to learning parkour and even filming underwater, Avatar: The Way of Water was one of the most challenging and game-changing films ever made. Here's how the greatest 3D film of all time came to life. Welcome to Explained. After 13 years, it's time to go back to the world of Pandora and live amongst the Na'vi.
I see why I've not seen it.
The first one is great, but I think that's where I lost interest. Was it took 13 years for the second one to come out?
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And it's a bit like, apparently, I think it's James Cameron, the director, and I think he was saying that technology just wasn't where he needed it to be to make the movie the way he wanted it.
Oh, okay.
And I think he was pioneering new technologies and things like that. But 13 years between the first and the second movie is long enough for most people to just move on with their lives.
I'm still waiting for Titanic 2 with James Cameron. I guess that's what I'm waiting for, eh?
The Britannic, that was his sister ship, wasn't it? That sank as well, I think.
Like the first movie, James Cameron's second film was also a massive production. So what makes it a bigger masterpiece? A lot of it was literally filmed underwater. So the physical challenges the actors overcame, combined with the unique performance capture systems, is absolutely insane. But how exactly did James Cameron pull this off? For starters, the actors' physical abilities were pushed to the limit. They learned skills like archery.
I can only shoot like a Na'vi. I cannot do archery like a human.
And even parkour. And this, which was particularly difficult for actors like 71-year-old Sigourney Weaver, who plays a teenager.
All the diving and the parkour and all those things, I was determined that I could do everything everyone else could.
But the most challenging was filming entire scenes underwater. Usually in films, underwater scenes are filmed on dry land. Remember this scene from the first Avatar film, where a Thanator chases Jake over a waterfall? You can see the stuntman landing in the water and then mimicking the motion of being swept away by the current.
Wow.
Then he swims underwater and up to the surface and is pushed towards an object. While this technique may have worked for a short scene,
It's amazing,
great.
really.
It's
isn't
incredible what they can do, isn't it?
it? Yeah. It really is.
I can't even get my spreadsheet to work, and they're doing shit like this.
It's mind-boggling. It really is. It's nice to see that there's still wires and real human body movement and things like that, rather than everything just be done
Animated.
in post-production sort
Yeah.
of thing.
That's brilliant, that.
Yeah.
Cameron had to find a more natural way to film longer underwater scenes in Avatar 2.
The way of water connects all things.
So he literally had the cast train with freedivers in Hawaii for months. They learned special techniques to hold their breath for several minutes and stay calm.
We did work with world-renowned free divers that train Navy SEALs. He gets us in a meditative state, and he helps us lower our heart rate. He helps us learn how to, through breathing techniques, like put a lot more oxygen into our bloodstream and eliminate a lot more, carbon dioxide, so that we can sustain our breath.
But the natural urge to breathe can be strong. So Kirk Crack, a highly skilled diving professional and coach, taught them how.
It's a name, that, isn't it?
Kurt Crack.
Kurt Crack.
It's a great name.
It's a proper chout name, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you ever tried holding your breath underwater?
No.
No.
No, I'm not a fish. I'm not doing any of that.
Don't think they hold their breath. I don't think
care.
that's how it works. Maybe whales. It's all fighting that panic.
Urge to breathe.
Yeah. Whereas,
I'm not
like,
a water guy. I can swim, but I'm not a water guy.
I absolutely love it. But then it was only last week that I was swimming in the lake. I think I told you about it. One that's near me. And I don't get scared underwater. Like, I'm really comfortable. But I put my head under and just looked, and I got about 2 foot, and then it's just black nothingness.
You're in Pickmere Lake, mate.
Yeah.
That's what you expect.
But it's quite scary. It's
More
like,
of a swamp than a lake.
it's actually natural springs that feed it. It's nice,
Yeah.
but it's beautiful on top. But you literally only have to go like 2 foot underneath the water. Everything's black, and suddenly the whole mentality changes, and you're like, "Oh fuck, I'm not sure about this."
Yeah, it's not for me.
I love stuff like that.
Kurt Crack, though. What a name.
Do you think he introduces himself Crack? Kurt Crack.
Yeah,
to distract themselves if that happened.
When the desire to breathe comes, he called it the dirty villain. And you ignore the dirty villain, you go, ha, you, go away. And then you try to do all these mind games, like I used to paint myself blue, pretend, and then I'd sing Speed Bunny Boat, like a, bird on the wing, and anything you can do to keep from thinking about, I really want to breathe.
In fact, some of the actors set records on set, with Sigourney Weaver doing a breath hold for 6.5 minutes.
Wow.
And Kate Winslet holding her breath for 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
That's insane, isn't it?
Am I dead? Am I dead?
Alive. You're very
7 minutes and
What was
15
that?
seconds.
What do you think it was?
I don't know. It could have been 6:10. It could have been 7:10.
It was 7:15.
If you've enjoyed the video so far and want to see more of these, hit that like button and subscribe to Explained. Actors also had to master acting out emotional scenes underwater and avoid blinking as much as possible. And this wasn't an easy trick either.
Your movements are very, very different underwater. So rather than sort of sculling all the time or desperately trying to kick your legs to sort of stay in one place, finding that serenity and that calm, that's another thing. So there's all of that to take care of first.
What Jim asked us to do, which was, I thought, hard, was when you're underneath the water, you can't go, you have to pretend you're so happy, you have to go.
While professional underwater gymnasts performed the dance scenes for the movie, the actors had to learn to perform natural fluid movements for other scenes. And to help them move faster and more efficiently when needed, the actors had jetpacks strapped to their hands.
That looks like fun.
They also had underwater scooters that looked like rideable aquatic creatures.
They called me and because they had these creatures and stuff underwater, and they wanted to make the creatures move. And I had these underwater scooters. I did a movie for Bethany Hamilton, and I turned it into a shark. So the Avatar, when it first started out, they rented a bunch of my underwater scooters, which go like 20 knots or 18 knots underwater really fast, and you can jump out of the water like a dolphin. So they rented those from me, and then they discovered that they probably needed like 30 of them.
The technology behind Avatar is equally mind-blowing. James Cameron built a gigantic pool in the studio that could hold 3.4 million liters or 900,000 gallons of water. That's almost 1.5.
How much piss was in that after like 2 months of filming?
Olympic swimming pools or 18,927 bathtubs. But motion capture for an animated 3D film in a pool that large was problematic. Traditionally, multiple motion capture cameras, also called mocap cameras, are used to film in a 3D space. Actors wear motion capture suits with trackers and act out scenes in halls where mocap cameras are mounted on walls and the ceiling. Simultaneously, camera operators shoot reference footage on traditional cameras. But Avatar: The Way of Water was different. A lot of the scenes were filmed underwater, so they had to come up with a new performance capture system. For the scenes on dry land, Cameron used a specifically configured Sony Venice camera with a 3D stereoscopic beam splitting system. Then, to capture the action on the water surface, he used mocap cameras mounted on the ceiling above the pool. And for the underwater scenes, a large number of special motion capture cameras were built and mounted inside the pool. Even the camera rigs used by the underwater cameramen were specially made. Traditional underwater camera...
Looks like an advert for the new YouTube advertising for products.
Yeah.
Buy your camera. Are they available on Amazon?
Probably about 300 grand each.
Housing wasn't an option for the 3D cameras they were using. On the other hand, the usual IMAX beam splitter rigs weren't an option either because they weigh over 100 kilos. So Cameron got in touch with Powell Actel, who created the Deep X 3D. This rig weighs less than 30 kilos, which isn't a lot when you're floating in water, and they can be operated by just one person. The cameras were also combined with custom Nikonos submersible lenses, which gave them clean, distortion-free 3D IMAX footage. Besides this, the actors wore head-mounted cameras as well and had waterproof markings on their face to record expressions for animations. But there was one last issue. The cameras were having a hard time focusing on the white motion trackers on the actors' suits. So they filled the surface of the pool with thousands of white opaque balls. This helped cut the light reflections in the water without obstructing the actors from reaching the surface whenever they wanted.
Ridiculous.
Avatar: The Way of Water was finally
isn't it?
brought to life by VFX house Weta Digital. And one thing's for certain, this film will not only break records once again, it will also transform the future of underwater filming and motion capture. Are there any amazing facts you know about the new Avatar film?
Yeah,
how old's that video, Dave?
5 months.
5 months ago. Is it? So it's brand new, this Avatar film?
It's been out for probably about that
5
time,
months,
I think.
yeah.
It's mad because I was looking forward to the second movie coming out, and then it came out, and I'm like, I'm not really that bothered.
So you don't think this has been a big of a blockbuster as the first one?
I'm kind of going off my own biases there a little bit, you know, because I've not watched it. So what is it? Avatar 2 Way of the Water box office. Total profit 531 million.
I bet it cost more. How much did it cost to make?
I think that's profit though.
Like,
box office 2.3 billion. It says now on Wikipedia. Budget 350 to 4.6 million. So if that's true, those numbers, then they've done well out of it.
Yeah.
But still, I'll watch it at some point. But I'll probably just wait till DVD, like Netflix or whatever.
The shit that went into that's mega.
It's really impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, big time.
It looks like that'd be such a fun work environment as well.
Yeah.
A lot of high level work going on, but at the same
about.
time, like things are dexterous and really happening in front of you. It looks like it could be pretty cool.
It's a techie's dream, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.